Hey, what's up everyone? It's your man DJ Roxy from Roxy Electronics and Repair, coming to you with another video. In today's video, we're repairing this Rane 72 two-channel mixer that got really bad water damage, messing up the main board. Now right here we have the main board replacement that we ordered directly from Rane. So we're going to be replacing this board. So to open this, it's very easy working on this particular mixer, believe it or not, even though it looks so complicated. But you take all these screws out. Of course you have to take the faders out. Then you want to take all these screws that you see on the top of the faceplate. This faceplate would be easy to remove. And then there's some screws that on the outer edge of the mixer that need to be removed, like these need to be removed. And once you get that done, this faceplate, this top faceplate comes off. Be very gentle with this, and then you want to disconnect all your ribbon cables from underneath. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect all my ribbon cables, just in case you want to know what the Rane mixer looks like on the inside. Here we go. These are the faders, and this to the bottom is the main board that we're going to be changing. This board is the board that's responsible for the USB inputs and outputs. So let's go ahead and remove some of this stuff. Very next step is to remove this USB board that's located right on the top. So the beauty about this design is that the USB board versus the 62. The 62 had the USB board and the main board was one board. With this particular design, which this design was on the 57 Mark II, which the USB board was separate from the main board. So we're going to be removing this USB board to get to the main board. So you want to go ahead and remove these ribbon cables. Whatever you do on this mixer, be very gentle. You want to remove this screw right here, this screw, and that screw right here, and you should be able to remove this USB board from there once you remove all these ribbon cables. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, the very next move is to disconnect these cables from here. Once you remove these cables, that goes to the power connector. You want to go ahead and remove all these screws that hold the main board. You're gonna see these silver screws. There's one right here as well that need to be removed. Also we have some external screws that need to be removed. You have these right here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you have these nuts and washers that need to be removed as well. So once you get that done, you don't have to remove these mic nuts from this side. This is a separate board for itself. That's for the mic input. But you will have to disconnect these connectors from here. All right, so once you get that, let's go ahead and remove all that stuff so we can get the main board moved. All right, one thing that you need to bear in mind when you're doing this, so if you look at this board, you're gonna see some cuts right here on the board. Now when you get a brand new board, it doesn't have that cut, but it's already ready to be cut out with some pliers. You get some pliers and you like prop this this extra PCB board that's running. Do this on your own risk. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna pause it to do it because I need my both hands to do this. But all you're gonna do is just prop this. As you can see, I already start doing it. Just prop those edges off, so it have to look like this. You can look at your old board and see what needs to be done or what need to be cut. So that's definitely something that you need to do. Is very risky. If you're doing this, you know you're doing it on your own risk. So the long one, this long one that goes right here in the front, once you remove that, these other pieces will be next. You have to do it in this sequence. You have to remove the one in the front first before you remove the one in the back. These two that goes right here, that definitely have to be removed in order to get this board to fit inside. You put the main board in and you get your screws in. It's just to connect everything back again. So we're gonna connect everything. Very simple. So I recommend that when you're doing this job, you record yourself taking shit apart, so you know when it's time to put it back together, you could just put it back together with no problem. You have a reference to look at when you're putting stuff together. For me, I do this all the time, so I don't really need to do it. But if you're doing it for the first time, I recommend that you record yourself doing it. So anything that you need to look back at the video, so you can put it back right how it was. This, you cannot fuck this up. This, you blue on top, brown to the bottom, green on the side, just like this. You put that shit backwards and you're gonna be messing up this whole mixer, the main board. Then this board is very expensive, so you know everything that you do on this mixer is on your own risk. Not gonna do this video any longer. You can do it in reverse and see what's going on. So we're gonna put the main board in just as we take it out. All these ribbon cables from the old one, we could just put it back. All the connectors go towards you if you're working from this side. So just make sure, because if you put the connectors them on the wrong side, then it won't work, and then you know you're fucked going back to do all that shit again. So yep, so we're putting all that stuff together and we'll be all right. Good luck with doing this stuff. So like I said, I'm gonna put the USB board back. That's the screws for the USB board, and we should be able to put the top, and we should be good to go. So hope this video helped any of you guys out there who trying to do this, trying to take this risk and do this on your own, instead of taking it to Rane or to official Rane repair guy. Or you could bring it to me, if you're having any kind of issues with your Rane mixers or your Pioneer mixers. You could bring it. I'm located in Charlotte, North Carolina, so you can definitely do that.